welcome back everyone to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from the Kryptonian King, who asked the question, who do I think would win in a fight? Lord Orochimaru versus Sephiroth. I've only heard Sephiroth's voice once or twice. I can kind of get it to a degree. Technically they're both products of science. Orochimaru has experimented on themselves multiple times throughout their entire life. Both are swordsmen, both have that kind of weird anime aesthetic, long hair, kind of, we'll go emo vibe for Orochimaru. He's a bit more of a creeper. Sephiroth definitely got more of an emo vibe. But, I mean, regardless, who would win in a fight? Sephiroth, as we know, was part of a super soldier program. He is more or less fused with a part of the Earth. I can't remember the name of it. Is it called Gaia? I can't exactly remember the name of what he's fused with, but because of that, he's kind of hard to permanently kill because a part of him does exist within the, I think it's called a life stream. Exists within the life stream. He is capable of using materia, which is their form of magic, elemental or otherwise, to an impressive scale. He is physically stronger than any normal human around. He wields that oversized blade Muramasa, which is twice the height of a normal man, yet he wields it flawlessly. He is capable of pretty much blitzing people in terms of his raw speed, to the point where it looks like there are multiple of them. He can cast illusions. He is capable of manipulating individuals' minds to a certain degree. And of course, there's also the supernova ability, which seems to be described as he is literally teleporting you to a moment in time where a supernova is happening. He is an impressive combatant, as he is a super soldier and therefore has decades worth of experience under his belt. He, as I said, even if he is defeated, death is something that, unless you're able to just destroy the life stream, and again, I believe it's what it's called, you can't permanently kill him. You need a different way to permanently incapacitate him, sealing him, putting him, trapping him, destroying his mind or something like that. That would be the more concrete, or just destroying the planet, honestly. That would be the more concrete way of killing him or stopping him. But straight death, he can be defeated, but he'll just ultimately come back. Orochimaru, we know his backstory. He was an orphan, was the third Hokage's prized student, ultimately was obsessed with death and immortality, and went down a dark road because of it, started experimenting on his own villagers, was let go more or less because his sensei couldn't end up killing him because he just saw the student he used to be, the child he used to be, and he wreaked havoc on the village for years until he ultimately became kind of a neutral force in the Naruto world. Excuse me. Not necessarily good, not necessarily bad, just kind of neutral. In terms of what Orochimaru can do, I mean, the answer is kind of yes. There's very little Orochimaru can't do. He knows all five. I say he. They're technically a they because they've taken multiple bodies of multiple different sexes. But Orochimaru has started as a he and just presents as a he, so I just go with he. But he knows all five elemental jutsu. Plus, I believe he knows either yin or yang release. So he knows one of them, I believe. Orochimaru. One second. Orochimaru. How many elements does he actually know? That's a damn good question. So let's see. Orochimaru, yep, he does have yin and yang release. Plus, he has wood release because he took over a white Zetsu clone. He also had, he took over a body that was brought back to life later in the series through an individual, Kabuto, who had experimented on his body. He has Uzumaki vitality and regeneration. He's got bone release, which I'm because of the Kaguya, or not Kaguya, Kimimaru DNA that was put in there. He's also got the liquefaction technique that Mizuki had. He apparently has massive regeneration factor that's almost like Wolverine levels of regeneration. Almost. Not quite that good, but almost. It's still reliant on chakra. He's capable of copying jutsu without seeing them. He can move within an eye's blink, more or less, and move at subsonic speeds, no problem. He's a master swordsman, a master strategist, immune to most poisons. He is capable of summoning giant snakes. He's capable of doing the Edo Tensei. He is capable of merging with the ground, regenerating himself when he is damaged, molding his body, creating curse marks. Orochimaru has so many techniques, it's kind of insane. And he does have a little bit of experience with nature chakra, senjutsu. Unfortunately, he was never able to become a perfect sage. He needed a strong body, and he never had one. But he still does know how to use energy, nature chakra to a certain degree. It's seriously, it's the amount of techniques this man knows or this individual knows, I should say, is is kind of crazy, to be honest. So the question is, who would win in a fight with these individuals? If we're going by sheer versatility alone, Orochimaru's got Sephiroth completely beat. Like, Sephiroth does not have anywhere near the level of versatility that Orochimaru does, or any Naruto character, really. Well, that's not true, not any. But most Naruto characters. Excuse me. In terms of also experience, Sephiroth, I believe, is actually older than Orochimaru by a decent margin, actually. Sephiroth. How old is he again? I know he's older than he looks because he keeps coming back. Sephiroth. What age is he at? Age. They don't give an age for Sephiroth, actually. Oh, approximately 20 to 30 years old at the start of Crisis Core, approximately 30 in Final Fantasy VII. Really? He's really only that old? I thought he was way older than that. Okay. So that, unfortunately for Sephiroth, gives Orochimaru another advantage. Experience. Orochimaru has just way more experience under his belt than Sephiroth. Now, for anyone arguing, Sephiroth has been through God knows how many wars. He's a soldier. He's a mission. He's like, yeah, so is Orochimaru. So Orochimaru has lived through multiple wars. And then has all the experience, not even including the amount of war he has, or has been through. So Orochimaru's got that edge too. But when it comes to who could die easier, I guess is the best way to put it, technically speaking, that's Sephiroth, but Sephiroth can always come back. Orochimaru, for all of their experimentation, they're still mortal. They still can be killed. It's just exceedingly hard to do it, but they can be killed. Sephiroth is not... Sephiroth can be killed, but it's only really temporary. So, if we're talking about sheer firepower in terms of like a technique, Orochimaru has nothing under his belt that is, honestly, there's very little in Naruto that is equivalent to the supernova ability. Like in sheer raw power, because it literally is a supernova to your face. There has not been anything in Naruto to date, from Tail Beast Bomb variant mode, Planetary Devastation, Shibaku Tensei, even nothing Kaguya has really done that has been on the... Kaguya... Here's the thing. Kaguya, as far as I know, didn't create the dimension. Let me be sure about that. Kaguya, because I think when people hear the whole, Yua versus Kaguya, it's like, Kaguya created dimensions, like, did she, or did she just teleport them to dimensions? And there's a very big contrast with that. So hold on one second. Did she create dimensions? I need to be certain about that. Because Kaguya is still very powerful. I did Kaguya versus Yua from Bleach long ago, and I think a lot of people just don't understand the level of power that Yua had. Plus, the Almighty is just broken, and Kaguya does not have that ability to really counter it. I'd say Rin Sharingan. Okay, her third eye, she instantly teleports herself and others around her to a different dimension, which is silently... Okay, so yeah, and she can open rifts through space and means for instant travel. Okay, she didn't create the dimensions. She just teleported people there. That's a stark difference when you're talking about power scaling. Stark difference. Now, that's not to say she might not have been able to. In fact, I believe that was a goal of hers, was maybe to create a new world, and maybe she could have, given the right circumstances, but As far as I can tell, no, she did not create those dimensions. Um, so yeah, even Kaguya, for all of her power, has not demonstrated an ability to, like, just as a supernova level, to just annihilate not just a planet but everything around, like a solar system. So at least, again, not from what she demonstrated. Maybe lore wise it says something different, but not what she demonstrated. And Orochimaru does not have anything like that either. Orochimaru also doesn't have, well, he does have access to some space-time abilities, like ninjutsu. He doesn't have, say, Flying Raijin, which could literally save his ass from that. So this fight, weirdly enough, while I think Orochimaru is overall the stronger individual, more skill, more techniques. In fact, honestly, I think they'd be playing with Sephiroth for a good long while. Um, I think once Supernova is activated, Orochimaru doesn't have an answer to that. Unless he's quick-witted enough to summon like a giant snake, pop in the snake's mouth, and then reverse the summon and get the hell out of there. And Sephiroth, for all it's worth, might just think he obliterated Orochimaru there until Orochimaru comes back again with his not the Tuscany, but the grass longsword, impales him, and then I don't know, inserts like attacks him with snakes and venomates, and it's like, "You'll be a fine research subject." And it's like, "I've already been a research subject. I will never be one again." Yeah, Sephiroth tries to get out, only for Orochimaru to say, "I feared as much, so I'll have to research your remains." And he does some technique, be it an elemental attack, slicing him in twain. He does something to just straight up kill Sephiroth, or just incapacitate until his next generation. Honestly, Orochimaru, or even worse, Mayuri would be worse. Because Mayuri could honestly just open like a portal to the Don guy, and just get out away from the supernova, and then just and I can't wait to start doing research on you. Like those guys, these guys are a problem for Sephiroth because they would try not to actually kill them. They'd be like, "I'd rather study you while you're alive." Like that's what they would do. And for all Sephiroth's skill and strength, Orochimaru kind of supersedes all of that. So ultimately, I would go Orochimaru, but the supernova is one that if Orochimaru doesn't think quick, they'd get incinerated outright. So my money's on Orochimaru, but I don't think Sephiroth would make it easy. He's still skilled enough to counter a lot of what Orochimaru throws at him, at least in part. His swordsman, I'd say his swordsmanship skill is arguably as good as Orochimaru's. In fact, that might be the one area he just straight out surpasses him. Plus, that sword is very unique. Yes, Orochimaru's sword can extend to any length, but that's not a form. It normally is like the standard length of a katana. So it's not something where Orochimaru is always has a sword that long to be practicing with, assuming that he hasn't done that before. We don't know if he has. Regardless, though, with the exception of Supernova and Orochimaru not thinking quickly, I think Orochimaru, Sephiroth will put up a solid fight, would win the fight ultimately. So that's my thought, Orochimaru. Who do you got? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.